in the previous year. In Port Harcourt, an average rent for a 3-bedroom apartment in Port Harcourt was 1.5 million naira, that is $3,750 per annum in 2023, an increase of 15% from 1.3 million naira per annum in 2022. The increase in the amount spent by Nigerians on basic amenities was due to the rising cost of goods and services, which has seen the nation's headline inflation hit a 17-year high of 21.09% in October 2022. The cost of accommodation in major cities across the country has recorded significant increases in the past 3 years, eating into the earnings of average Nigerians despite a relatively fixed level of income. This has also affected the savings and investment ability of average Nigerians.
The recent economic situation in Nigeria has made a lot of people to decry the hardships in Nigeria and some parts of Nigeria in terms of high level of commodities, fuel prices, and some people are complaining that right now that the situation is very difficult for them. And to add to it, that landlords in major houses in the major cities across the nation have hiked the prices of rents in the house. So we are out here to hear from tenants, to hear from occupants of houses, to see if their prices are really hiked as speculated. We want to hear from them and let them tell us how their prices are being hiked, their rents are being hiked, and what they need to do. Most people have accused landlords of hiking prices of rents due to the high rate of inflation in Nigeria, but it's up to us to hear from them.
I do pay house rent too. You understand? Then why landlords are increasing the house rent? Because of cost of the materials, road cost, and whatever the cement now is about 8,500 naira. You understand? So when the tenants are paying less now, landlord will not make it. You understand? So landlord when they pay for 1 year, we they pay them for 1 year. Before you know, money have expired. Money has finished, and not all the landlord work. They depend in their this thing, in their house rent. That's where they depend. Some of them no job, nothing. Some are graduates, no job for them. Some are looking for job, nothing.
Somebody is paying, let me say 190. From 190 now, they are putting it 600,000. How that is all what we are suffering for the year, is for them. You will pay for that shop and you also pay for your residence. It's not easy. If there is a way they will intervene, you understand, for us, because we must do our business. We must do our business. This thing is too much. Some persons will pay it 1 year. Before you know it, they will not have money to pay again. You understand? This thing is too much. It's too much.
Human basic needs include food, water, shelter, and clothing, all of which have witnessed unprecedented levels of increase in their cost, leaving very little for Nigerians to plan for the future. Ideally, there is a popular rule of thumb known as the 30% rule, which says to spend around 30% of your gross earnings on rent. This implies that if an individual earns 100,000 naira monthly, he or she should not spend beyond 30,000 naira monthly in house rent. However, findings show that Nigerians could be spending as much as 40% of their income on house rent, while food expenses still gab a huge part of their household expenditure.
2023, a 3% from Emo to here is 50,000. Today is 120,000. Why? Because of what? 20 liters of diesel oil. Today is 50,000, 40,000 naira to get it. So Nigeria will ask Nigeria to come down. You know what I'm saying? So for now, this is no matter as it be. I don't increase my house rent too. From 120 to 250,000. From 250, 200 for 1 million to 450 because of Nigeria condition.
The average cost of renting a standard self-contained in the Kubwa area in Abuja is about 500,000 naira per annum, a staggering 233% increase from an average of 150,000 recorded 3 years ago. Similarly, a two-bedroom flat currently goes for between 900,000 and 1.5 million naira annually, depending on the nature of the house. It is used to be around 600,000 naira. Also, a three-bedroom flat which used to rent for an average of 500,000 for a year has surged to as high as 3 million naira, representing a 500% increase in the past 3 years.
I discovered that to rent a one room is almost 100 and something thousand naira. That it's not easy for like young guys like this to meet up. So myself, I was like thinking how to do, whether not to go back to my state or not to continue to Port Harcourt. Yeah, so I'm confused even right from today. I'm still confused because this is my almost 3 months and I was here. This business that I'm just struggling to do, and now it's not giving me what I want. So actually, I'm also staying in this company that they are doing this business, which is not for comfortable with me to be there. So I don't know what to do actually. What is going on is that you people should try and rich landlord and all these some people that own rent, shop rent and house rent. Let them check what the way they want to do that. Let them just find a way to bring things down, because most of this one room is an old house, not even a new building. It's an old house that they will take the price of old house as if that the new building. When you wanted to ask them what make this house to be cost, they will talk say maybe it's the cost of cement, building materials, and when you take a look of this building, it's not an even new building.
The people are suffering. The suffering in this town is maybe sure my brother, people are suffering. I will not tell you lie. Look at from Chobana to Rumokoro. It's at 800 naira. I just came back from my one now. From my one to Rumokoro now, I paid 1,200 naira.
The cost of apartment is higher in other high-end areas like Gwarimpa, Maitama, Lokoma, etc. In the same vein, the cost of a two-bedroom flat in mainland Lagos has surged to over 1.5 million naira annually. Basic rent from an average of 800,000 naira to 1 million naira. Also, a mini flat in the same area goes for an average of 700,000 as opposed to an average of 550,000 naira recorded 3 years ago. In Port Harcourt, River State, the cost of housing has also increased by over 150% in the last 3 years, a further indication of how accommodation is gulping a huge portion of household earnings. Let's hear as residents in Port Harcourt express this.
It's based on how the economy is now. We can see that even basically Gary has also increased. So you won't expect the landlord to take his former rent on maybe if it's a room apartment for 60,000. He won't meet up to buy those Gary. He won't also meet up to buy things for his own family.
Some of our products go higher than as it's supposed to be. Shop rent, that one catapult. You understand? House rent, all of them are affected. So people are not enjoying anything again in this Nigeria. You understand? We need help from the government. We are calling on River State government to assist us. We are calling on a federal class to assist us also. You understand? So that people will enjoy their life. Now we don't know where we are heading to again. Like today now, go buy fuel now, a liter of fuel, 1,300. You understand? Which is not supposed to be like that. So something have to be done for we to know that we are in our country. If they will call meeting to the house owners and the landlord, them, you understand? Tell them to do something. Let them not carry out their problem. Put on masses.
Because it's also affecting all the students. People are paying to them, but some people are making use of the house rent to survive. So some people tend to find it difficult to survive. So that house rent, increment of the house rent, enables them to meet up to their needs. But it's not still helping matters for we the parents. And we wish that this economy could actually be stabilized. We can actually have a fair economy.
Before our rent was 30,000. So now our rent is 38,000. So they just added 8,000 on top. All the tenants, they were quarreling, like arguing that the rent is too much, the price, because where we stay is like small bachelor. So everybody was complaining because now there's no money. So everybody was angry, and now there's no money, everything is increasing. So like fuel, imagine a place that I don't know if there is any way that it can reduce some prices like fuel, house rent. It should tell.
With regard to the situation happening on ground now, it's really tough. In fact, the transportation is really high, fuel is really high. A litre is 1,200. Some place 1,300 for 1 litre of fuel.
Because of the hiking fuel prices, that is why the rents are high.
Yes, I think so, because fuel is majority. Like, that's the major thing that we survive on. Crude oil is. So if it's increasing, house rent must increase definitely.
So has the rent been increased recently?
Yes, it has. Initially we were paying 200,000, now it's 250. And people are really complaining about it. So if 50k added to it, it's not easy. It's just by God's grace. It's not easy at all. It's God's grace, but definitely God is helping us. We pay, like I do gather it in 6 months time, just for 250,000. Then it was easier, but now it's really tough. It's really, really tough, and it's not funny anymore. The protest we did did not solve any issue. Yet it's worsening everything, honestly speaking. Okay, government should do something about it, because if the fuel is high, then landlords will always keep their rentage high, because they think maybe the government is at fault. Do you understand? Now, if government can do something about it, it will be very nice. It will be very good for us. We that are hustling to make ends meet. It will be very okay for us.
The fact that you are a student, you say you are a student, you pay your school fees, you also pay rent, you pay transport. How is it for you? Like,
it's not easy. Even feeding itself is not easy. You feed, you pay your transport, you pay your house rent, you also clothe yourself. It's not easy.
What you are seeing is too much. What you make the rest is the cost, because everything is cost. Even the food you are eating is very, very expensive. Even the clothes you are wearing is very, very expensive. Which you don't have to increase in rent. You understand? To make sure that you can even meet up for your demand. Because if landlord not increase the rent, you cannot meet up with your demand. That's why the rent is high. The landlord not buy this thing now. This is how much? Before this one is 50 naira, but now this is 100 naira. Action meter is 200. Before it's 100 naira. Everything increased double. A bag of cement is how much now? It's 8,000 something, 9,000 something. Before it's 1,500. Which before the landlord go big house, if you buy a bag of cement, if you can even buy 1,000 bag of cement, you don't fit be that one. Let me say 2 stories building. But before, you can even get 2 million, build a 3-bedroom flat. But now you can only use 10 million, build 3-bedroom flat. That's why the rent is expensive.
This is very, very hard. Let our leaders, let them come and do something. People is dying. Nothing goes on. Look at house rent. It's increasing every day by day. Nothing is going. Let our leader come and do something before people go die. Look at a bag of cement now is 8,600, 8,500, 9,000. Every day by day, this is going up. It's not going down. Look at a liter of fuel now. A liter of fuel here is 1,350 naira. Just a liter of fuel. Please, we are begging our leaders. Let them come and do something.
Self-contained, they have increased to 350,000 naira. 1-bedroom flat to 500, 400,000 naira. 1 room is now 150,000 naira. So the rent, and together with the cost of food stock for markets, it have really affected with that based on rent. It's affecting us so badly. Together with the transport, the current transport that is going on the state. If the government is by the people and for the people, they're supposed to hear the cry of the masses so that they can come into the matter. Only government can address this matter. Individual cannot address this matter. When government come inside the matter and see what is going on, they can touch the key point, either the fuel. But if you not touch, but these are the key things they are using it to increase all the prices. We are appealing to the government to hear the cry of the masses, especially to address the matter of the fuel.
What are agents saying? In a conversation with a real estate developer in Lagos State, he said that the increase in house rents is a result of the surge in the cost of building materials after the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, while speaking to another real estate developer in Port Harcourt, he noted that the surge in the cost of house rents was a result of the general increase in the economy. According to him, immediately after the COVID-19, the price of almost everything spiked, including landed properties, which has also translated to an increase in the cost of accommodation. Another agent living in Kubwa, Abuja, explained that the high cost of accommodation is a result of the increase in the cost of building materials. Hence, landlords increased their rents to reflect these changes. He added that many residents now move to the outskirts areas of the city, like Zuba and Gwagwalada, in search of cheaper apartments, even at the risk of spending more on transport to the city. Nigerians are currently taking up remote jobs that will afford them to live in cheaper residences without the hassle of transportation and higher accommodation cost. In a phone conversation with one Mr. Emmanuel, house agent in Lagos, he told reporters that some customers now request apartments in areas outside, but not too far from the city. While speaking to a digital marketer, he told reporters that he moved from Ikeja last year to live in Sango, Ogun State, due to the high cost of accommodation in most cities in Lagos. The rising cost of housing coupled with high food prices has eroded the purchasing power of Nigerians, pushing more people below the poverty line. The Nigerian Bureau of Statistics reported last week that 133 million Nigerians are poor as of 2022, representing 65% of the total population. Following the increase in accommodation cost, Nigerians who can afford to work remotely are now being creative by living in remote areas at cheaper cost while working in the comfort of their homes. Most young Nigerians now seek remote jobs from foreign companies in a bid to increase their income. Residential properties are basic needs to human, as people must desire a place to rest after the day's job and also to carry out other activities needed for survival. The need for investors in real estate in Port Harcourt metropolis to make informed decisions on residential property investments necessitated this study. The study examined the rental value trends and sale prices of 1.2 and 3 bedroom flats in most areas like Obunabali and Rumepiricom towns, both in Port Harcourt metropolis from 2010 to 2019. The study gathered that data on rental values and sale prices from estate surveying and valuation firms practicing in Port Harcourt metropolis. The data collected were analyzed using descriptive and inferential statistics such as tables, trend analysis, and Pearson correlation analysis to analyze the relationship between rental values and sales prices of the property types in the study areas of the period. The study revealed that 3-bedroom flats had the highest growth rates in Obunabali, with average growth rates of 100% for the 10-year period on the study, and also revealed that 1 and 2 bedroom flats and had their highest growth rates in Rumepiricom, with average growth rates of 108% and 150% respectively. From the Pearson correlation analysis carried out to ascertain if there exists a relation between rental values of residential properties and the sale, purchase